off the second best player on every other team, and they would struggle so
Oh,
bad. It doesn't.
we're
This
the
team is
Lakers.
so
We're looking right at them. That's there we have
yeah. Like think about it. Like this team is just they're so deep. It's going to be a tough season for the Lakers. I do love how they battled. They kept it close. They kept it kind of tight there for a little bit of the game, but like Lou just said, like the other guys got to be better. Marcus Smart's got to be better. Luke Kennard, who was fantastic in the
it.
first series, he's got to be better. Austin
Yeah.
Reeves struggled a bit. So like this team, they're going to have to be all hands on deck. They're going to have to be so elite and so efficient to even have the chance to stay in the series or to win one game. So obviously there's a lot left, but just OKC is just too tough, man. They beat you in so many different ways. And, Chet was unbelievable in the first half last night, just finishing, getting easy buckets and getting this team going. But they're just too deep. They're too talented. And this could be another quick one.
Yeah, look, I don't know if you their margin of victory, Phoenix 17.3, 18 last night. This just feels like a bad pattern that's going in the wrong direction for every opponent. Chet with the 24 last night, only 2 shy of his playoff career high. We don't talk a lot about Chet, and obviously I'm biased, so don't look at me. But is he underrated at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's underrated. He's a key piece on a championship team, and they're the best team again in the NBA this year. And he's an all-star, and he's looking for all NBA type player, and he's making a lot of money. Like, define underrated. Sure, basketball wise,
$100 million guys can't be underrated.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we don't. You're right though. Like we don't talk about him as like an elite type franchise player only because the Thunder are so good and they're so deep, and SGA has done what he's done, and the rise of Jalen Williams and just the depth that this team has. We don't talk about him. Like if Chet Holmgren was on a lot of other teams, I think we'd be talking about him as more obviously of a featured guy, a number one option type guy. Obviously, it wouldn't be the Thunder. It wouldn't be a team that good, but he is that talented to be a number one option on another team. It's no question about it. And the impact he has on the defensive end, altering shots, rebounding, like he does it all like for this team. And he's almost a great like glue guy, X factor that could be a lot more on a worse team. So again, I think he's going to sacrifice a lot individually, individual stats. But when you're in the situation you're in right now in OKC and you're going to be competing for championships year in, year out, I don't think that matters. Underrated, overrated, underpaid, overpaid. He is going to win. And that's all that we play for. And that's all that really matters.
Yeah, like who cares about the attention? And I'm pretty sure it's probably not Chet, right? Like he's a quiet guy. I don't hear much about his personality. I don't hear much about him in general, except when he's busting somebody's ass on a basketball court. That's a good brand to grow from. Every time I've seen him in a commercial, he's been in a commercial with his teammates and with his guys. I love what they've been able to build out in OKC. As big of a star that Shea is, you still consider him one of the guys. And I think the same thing goes for Chet. As long as these guys are together and winning and competing at a high level, it doesn't matter who's rating him or giving him individual attention, as long as he can continue to do the things that he's doing on and off the basketball court collectively with his guys.
Let me ask you this, because we learned a little bit about SGA after that last round with his Instagram post. Like he's a quiet assassin. His quote last night: "Tonight was very simple." Remember that part. Multiple bodies. That means multiple teammates are open. You know what, Lou? Tonight was very simple. If I'm a Laker, that one hurts. That one stings. What do you think?
Truth hurts.
Stop it. Change it.
It hurts. Well, yeah.
Do something about it. No lies told. Sometimes I think we criticize guys or we say, oh, he said this. Well, did we consider it might have been the truth? Like, did we consider that part? Like, a lot of times we hear some of these things and we get outraged because it's like, how dare you say something like that? Well, it's like, what did they take away? That was my first point when we started talking about this series. The Lakers didn't do a great job of taking anything away. I think OKC played a very comfortable basketball game, and a lot of different guys had success. Chet Holmgren was the best player on the floor last night for OKC. That's a scary sight to see. Jared McCain, I feel like, made the biggest shots of this game last night. He was the one that got the crowd going more than anybody. That is another scary sight to see. When you can have those guys do that for your team, that is a pretty simple brand of basketball because you're not taking anybody away. So I don't have any problem with him saying this on the outside looking in. If I'm the Los Angeles Lakers or if I'm their fan base, if you have an issue with him saying that, I would say stop it, step up to the plate, and make things a little bit more difficult where he won't say these things. Simple
Don't
to
be
me.
Simple.
Yeah.
It's a great quote,
he's
though.
Not,
it's a great quote.
He's not lying.
Quote.
And he's saying this because he's pretty confident that it's going to continue to be simple, right? Like he already told us that he's got all the answers. He just needs another question. Like I got no problem with this. And there are some comments and there's a level of professionalism and humble, approach that you need to take. But like the Jaden McDaniels thing, the comment against the defender, it was true. Like it was their weakness. And he backed it up. So I don't think this is anything, hostile or rude or anything. This is just a fact. And there's really nothing the Lakers can do about it because they are that good and he is that good. And again, I don't think he said this in a way to be arrogant or cocky. This is truly just his mindset and his confidence and his approach to the game. So I got zero issues with this.
It's Canadian honesty. And I, for one, am here for it.
Is that a thing? What is that?
Yeah, oh yeah. Canadians,
Did you
I think they're just
up?
like no, I think they're just like nice, honest people. He was asked a question and he gave you his answer. Boom, done. Take it how you want. By the way, Chandler, the recipe for the Lakers having even a sliver of a shot cannot be that LeBron James at 41 years old has to be the best player on the floor every night. Like, where was the help? Why was he the best guy there?
Well, I mean, this isn't the first night that he's done this either, right? He's honestly been the healthiest, most consistent player on this team. Like look at those numbers, look at the efficiency, just the way he still plays physically is unbelievable. And again, Luka is out. That is a huge hole offensively. That is a huge hole productively where you have to fill in those 30, 35 points a game. And that's where in the first round, Luke Kennard was great. Marcus Smart was great. Rui was great. Like DeAndre Ayton had an impact on a lot of these games. So it's going to have to be a collective effort when you miss a guy that, with the magnitude of Luka Doncic. On the flip side, too, Austin Reeves, 3 for 16, 8 points in 35 minutes. That is not going to be the recipe for success against this team. And again, I know OKC is a phenomenal defensive team. They make it hard on you, but this team is going to have to be elite. They're going to have to shoot 50% from three. They're going to have to shoot 50% from the field. Like they're going to have to get better shots. They're going to have to play faster. They're going to have to try a bunch of different stuff. And I do believe in JJ Redick to make certain adjustments. I think he's shown that he is a great on-the-fly coach at making adjustments. I just don't know what adjustments they can make in the series that the Thunder can't just capitalize and counter and with their own adjustments and hurt them. So it's a tall task. Again, I don't want to chalk it up yet, just the respect for the game and the series, but they just seem outmatched and they just seem like two levels of teams here where it's, maybe the Lakers get levels. Like it's
one thing I'll see off the rip though, Chandler. One thing that they can do that'll make this a better series for them. They got to minimize their turnovers. You're looking at a team that turned the ball over 17 times against an OKC team, very much like Detroit. They're going to make you pay every time you turn that ball over. So everybody that the Lakers put on the floor, with the exception of a few of the guys that played some junk minutes there, turned the basketball over at least one time. Every single player. If you can get that down to 8 to 10 where it's manageable, you give yourself 8 to 10 more possessions in this game that you can clean this up and give yourself an opportunity. But if you're going to turn it over 17, 18 times a game against this team, it's going to be a quick series. That's one thing that I know that they can adjust outside of LeBron James being the best player on the floor.
By the way, Austin Reeves had 4 of those and also is up for a lot of money. And in the interest of fairness, I was very hard on Jalen Duren about getting a max deal. If this is the Austin Reeves we're going to see in these playoffs, I'm going to reconsider that check writing as well, ladies and gentlemen.
I got news for you, Bees. Both of them checks are already cut.
Let me write the checks, guys. Let me do
those
the
checks might already be in the bank.
Man,
both them checks cut already.
This is bad business is what this is. Taking a quick break on the other side. Dan